Welcome. Let's take a deep, quiet breath together and just settle in. Today, we're going to explore something incredibly profound, a topic that really asks us to look way past the surface of our everyday lives. As we walk through this explainer together, I invite you to slow down. Listen not just with your ears, but, with your heart. We are looking at a curriculum designed to fundamentally shift our perspective on human worth, a true curriculum of inner beauty.
I want you to sit with this thought for just a moment. Have you ever judged a book by its cover, or a soul by its shell? It is such a deeply human tendency, isn't it? To look at the physical form, the shell, and just make these instant assumptions about the value of what lies inside. But what if that shell tells us absolutely nothing about the vastness of the spirit it holds?
Chapter 1. The Story of Ashtavakra. To really grasp this concept, we need to look back to the past, to a revered sage who wasn't some mighty warrior or a wealthy king. His name was Ashtavakra, and his very name translates to 8 bends, which reflects a body that was crippled in 8 different places. Now, during his youth, he endured immense mockery. People constantly judged his magnificent soul by his broken shell. But here's the beautiful part. He harbored absolutely no bitterness. By adulthood, his brilliant mind and his incredibly deep understanding of reality elevated him to become one of history's greatest teachers, literally guiding kings and scholars on the very nature of existence.
The core lesson of his life is just so profound. The soul has no deformity. Those who mock others reveal their own smallness. Really think about the quiet power in those words. Our physical bodies, well, they might be flawed, or aging, or broken, but the soul remains entirely untouched. It is pure, it's whole. When society mocked Ashtavakra, they were actually just putting their own limitations on display, their own smallness. The true dignity of a human being is never, ever tied to their physical form.
Chapter 2. The Truth Within Us. To understand our true nature, we turn to a truly powerful ancient truth. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. It simply means, I am Brahman, the infinite consciousness lives within me. And this isn't just some abstract philosophical concept. It's an intimate, comforting truth about who you really are. You are not just a collection of physical traits. You are literally a vessel for infinite consciousness. Your true identity, your inherent dignity, it all resides entirely in that infinite consciousness. It exists far, far beyond any physical form, way beyond whatever reflection you see in the mirror, and certainly beyond any arbitrary standard of beauty that society tries to impose on you. Recognizing this within yourself, that's the very first step. Because once you recognize it in yourself, recognizing it in others completely changes how you interact with the entire world. Chapter 3. The Mirror Moment. Now, it's one thing to understand philosophy, but it's another entirely to live it. So let's walk through a simple exercise together, unhurriedly. First, I want you to mentally, or literally, if you have one nearby, look at yourself in a mirror. But look past your hair, your skin, the shape of your face. Second, grab a piece of paper and write down 5 things you genuinely like about yourself that have absolutely nothing to do with your physical looks. Are you a fiercely loyal friend? Are you endlessly patient? Do you have a beautifully resilient spirit? And third, if you happen to be doing this curriculum in a group, share just one of those beautiful unseen traits. It's such a wonderful, practical way to acknowledge the infinite consciousness within you. Chapter 4. Reflection and Chintan. Chintan is deliberate internal reflection. It's like chewing on a thought until you extract its absolute deepest meaning. So let's do some Chintan together. Have you ever judged someone by how they looked before you even knew them? Be totally honest with yourself here. There's zero judgment right now. No accusation at all. We've all done it. We are so conditioned to make these snap judgments based on a piece of clothing, posture, or physical appearance. Just acknowledge that moment when you looked at a shell and thought you somehow understood the soul. Now, I want you to consider a follow-up question. Think of a specific person you initially misjudged. What did you discover when you actually got to know them? Did you find warmth where you completely expected coldness? Did you find wisdom where you assumed ignorance? Take a quiet second to remember that feeling of discovery, that exact moment when the physical veil was lifted and you saw their true, beautiful humanity. Chapter 5. Your Weekly Sankalp. A sankalp is a firm resolve. It's a clear intention to put spiritual truth into practice right here in our waking world. So consider this a warm, personal invitation to grow. This week, your commitment is simple yet incredibly powerful. First, try to speak to someone you normally ignore. It could be someone who serves you coffee, a quiet neighbor, or maybe a coworker who usually just fades into the background. And second, find out one interesting thing about them. Look right past their shell. Ask them a genuine question, truly listen to their answer, and discover a fragment of their inner world. As we part ways today, carry the wisdom of Ashtavakra with you. The soul has no deformity. Discover the infinite consciousness in everyone you meet. Always remember, Aham Brahmasmi. If you were to truly look past the shell today, whose infinite soul might you discover?
Get ancient wisdom and infinite guidance, anywhere, anytime. Visit sanathan.app today. Start your spiritual journey now.